So, thank you, Jay. This is a wonderful party, and I think Elise and I have been really fortunate to join the Yoga Lab community. I think Elise started last fall. I started in the winter time, and personally, it's been a wonderful experience. It's really helped me a lot in a lot of ways, and so that's been terrific. Jay was kind enough to have this party support NephCure Kidney International. And so I'll tell you a little bit about NephCure, and I'll tell you a little bit about us. NephCure, we got connected to NephCure, I don't know, probably about 15 or so years ago, because of our son. Our son Andrew had a type of rare kidney disease called FSGS. That stands for focal segmental glomerulosclerosis. That's a mouthful. But what that meant basically for him is that his kidneys, he was constantly spilling tons and tons of protein in his blood, into his urine, and his kidneys scarred. So this happened. Andrew started getting sick when he was 4, and he ended up being on dialysis when he was 6. Had a kidney transplant when he was 8. The disease that he had, unfortunately, came back pretty much right away.
Forgot to mention that Jeremy donated his kidney to Andrew when he was 8.
So this disease, and so he went back on dialysis after a couple years after his first transplant. He tried another transplant and recurred, and this disease basically became part of his life, a huge part of his life. And it was ultimately, unfortunately, the thing that took his life when he was 17. That happened in 2018. He had some pretty serious complications, and unfortunately he passed as a result of that. And the challenge with this disease is that, and this was in Andrew's case, lots of different treatments were thrown at him and different types of medications, but in his case, nothing worked. And that's been the case for people who have this type of disease and diseases similar to that for a long time. And so we found this organization, NephCure, and we found that they support people who have this disease. They fund all sorts of research. Really, they support community type of events, education, all sorts of things to help people and their families who have this disease, trying to find treatments. So hopefully, as time goes on, there's something that can be offered for folks who have this. So Andrew was, when we fundraised for him in different venues, at least just to run the Falmouth Road Race, we had a race at Wampatuck. Our team was always called Amazing Andrew. And Andrew was an amazing kid, because he really, he had this terrible disease that made him unable to do lots of things. Couldn't do sports, but he didn't let the disease define him. He figured out ways to be an excellent student. He participated in all sorts of musical things at school. School was tremendously important to him, and so anyway, at some point he got this tag, Amazing Andrew, and that's been always when we fundraise. That's our team. Our team is Team Amazing Andrew. So Andrew always wanted to, he was always someone who was very brave and spoke at NephCure events, and his goal was always he wanted to, one day for there to be a cure for FSGS, so that, and that was really his passion as well. So that's something that we're passionate about, and so that's we spend a lot of time, and I'll say Elise spends especially, a huge amount of time and effort doing events for NephCure, fundraising for them, promoting community. And so that's our story, and we're very thankful and appreciative for Jay. I don't know where Jay went. We really appreciate, Jay, that you chose NephCure as an organization, and we thank you so much for supporting us. And the last thing I'll say is that being part of going to the lab has been great, and it's also been a really nice community to join, and there's a really nice group of people. So I only feel like I've met a small subset of you guys, but everybody I meet has been great. So it's been terrific. So thank you very much.